Hey there, it's Leona. Welcome to Zen Mindfulness Shodo. Today, we are gonna practice Shodo meditation while focusing on the Kanji character for 9. So, let's begin our beautiful journey together. When you write a character, imagine a square about the size of the character that you are gonna write like this. First, I'm gonna write it. Then I'm gonna explain the points and tips for writing the character beautifully in detail. Let me explain in detail. The first stroke starts from a point a bit higher than, and to the right of the center point of the top left square, and begins from the left side of the middle vertical line. At this starting point, pause lightly, and the angle is about 60 degrees, and continue until the middle horizontal line comes to the middle of the stroke. Then, in this manner, or while curving downward, like this, gradually getting thinner, scoop to the bottom left. Then, for the second stroke, start from a point slightly left of the middle of the left half of the middle horizontal line. The horizontal part of the second stroke is like this, with the line slightly curving upward until the first stroke comes to the middle. That is, until these lengths become about the same. Move the pen relatively strongly upward to the right, and then stop lightly here. Next, from here, the line is a little bit tilted to the right, so it goes downward to the left. Then, while curving to the left like this, go down to the bottom left until it reaches about the same height as the ending point of the first stroke. And then turn right here. When turning right, this time, it's slightly curving downward like this, sending the pen flatly to the right, parallel to the middle horizontal line, to a position where the length of the vertical line part and the horizontal line part look about the same. Or move the pen to the right within the square box to a position that looks well balanced, and finally stop lightly here and check upward. The angle of the first stroke should not be too close to the middle horizontal line. It's okay until about 45 degrees. But when it's flatter than that, it might look a bit unbalanced with the second stroke. So I think an angle of somewhere between 45 and 60 degrees is good. Also, try to have the first stroke comes to about the middle of the horizontal line part of the second stroke. For example, in the example above, the first stroke is passing a bit to the right of the middle of the horizontal part of the second stroke. So this space, that is, this space becomes too narrow and doesn't look very balanced. Conversely, if the first stroke is a little left of the middle of the horizontal line part of the second stroke, you can leave this part wide, but this part becomes too narrow, and this also doesn't look balanced. So, aim to have it come around the middle. Also, as I mentioned earlier, the entire character looks more balanced when the lengths of the vertical and horizontal line part of the second stroke are about the same. Let me explain with examples. For example, in the upper character, the horizontal line part seems a bit too long compared to the vertical part. In the bottom example, conversely, the horizontal line part seems too short compared to the vertical line part. So please pay attention to the proportions of these parts as well. Lastly, about checking. For example, you definitely can if you want to, but I think rather than checking towards top left like this, or top right like this, try to check straight up. Checking straight upward allows you to secure just the right amount of space here and looks neater. So please practice being conscious of this detail as well. How about practicing writing this kanji character while keeping these points and tricks in mind? The key points and tips for writing kanji beautifully, as explained in the video, are concisely summarized in this book. Additionally, easily understandable Zen mindsets and philosophical messages are shared in this book. For those who want to practice writing directly in this book, I've also prepared a workbook. The writing tips and techniques are the same as in the Zen Mindfulness Shodo book. Each character can be practiced over 3 pages. If you're interested, please see the description. I'm gonna practice 1 page of this workbook this time, but you're welcome to practice as much as you want. If you're practicing with a pen, I recommend that you place a few pieces of paper under the page that you're writing on, so that the ink doesn't bleed onto the page under it. Alright, let's get started. On this channel, I not only share tips and points for writing Japanese characters beautifully with a brush and a pen in both English and Japanese, but also practice Zen mindfulness Shodo meditation that focuses all of our attention on the present moment. If you thought that the information was useful and you want to learn tips and points for writing other characters neatly as well, or if you want to keep practicing Zen mindfulness Shodo meditation with me, please subscribe to my channel and click the bell mark so you get a notification as soon as I upload a new video. You can find videos of other characters from the playlist. If you like this video, please hit the thumbs up button. If you have any questions or comments, please write them in the comment section. Alright, let's learn and practice together again in my next video. Thank you for watching.